Visiting now with Bison defensive end Coulter Boyer. And Coulter, I got to ask you about the hair. You're just telling me off the air that you haven't actually cut the hair in a year and a half. Now, what's going on? What started this whole hair growing thing on the Bison defense?
I really don't know. Scott and I decided that last year during the season that we weren't going to cut it, and we thought it would be really long for some reason. And then when it wasn't, we're like, oh, well, maybe we'll go all the way through next year. Then we kind of set some parameters, saying we could maybe have one trim within the year, but besides that, there's no cutting it. And then Ricky Hagan, we talked him into joining it, and then Chad Wilson, I think, is growing his hair out, and I think even Veldman is. So we're just gonna see how it goes.
So all of a sudden you start watching those Win commercials on TV with greater interest?
Yeah, basically kind of like that, I guess.
What does it do? Are you a tougher guy with longer hair?
I don't think so. I'm not gonna lie to you, but no, I don't know. I guess some days I like it, some days I don't. But other than that, it's not really a thing.
But it's sort of a cool deal for the defensive line, just kind of bonding together, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of like a reason we did it too. I think it's just kind of like for the DNs, all do something together, and then only 3 of us ended up doing it. So, but no, it's all right. Yeah, a few more months, and then we can finally cut it.
Yeah. Hey, last year a great playoff run, and the team had so much success. What are your thoughts about this season? Do you have to worry about overconfidence, or what are your feelings about starting a brand new year?
I think when you look at the year before, especially after a successful one, overconfidence is always could be a problem. So right now we're only a day and a half in a fall camp, so we just kind of try to get ourselves into shape, get ourselves mentally sharp, and knock the rust off kind of. But overconfidence has been it's been addressed, because there's nothing that kills a team faster than just thinking they're the best out there. So right now we're just trying to build our unity, if nothing else, and just try to become a better defense, better football team in general.
On the other hand, what are the benefits you can reap from that great playoff run last year?
I mean, you could always use it as motivation. It's never enough. Try to build on that, I guess. You've been there before, so you maybe. I guess I don't know. Yeah. Just try to do our best and just try to live up to what we were last year. And if we can improve, that'd be great.
You got a heckler and Paul Cornick out there,
right? Making faces at me.
Coulter, the defense was so good last year in creating turnovers, and you've got great depth at defensive end. Tell me what you think about this defense and what you can accomplish this fall.
Well, I feel like the coaching staff, Coach Hazelton especially, does a great job at preaching how important turnovers are. Anytime you can get the ball back to our offense, in a fast, game-changing way, it's going to be the best thing you can do. And we put our goal at 3 every single game, and sometimes we get it, sometimes we don't. But being able to preach stuff like that and preach hustle and pursuit, a lot of things will maybe bounce our way then. I feel like our defense could definitely get better at it. Like I said, we're only a day and a half in, but right now that's kind of what our preaching mode is. Just run after everything and try stripping.
Mm-hmm. You had a great year individually last season, and you've gotten all kinds of preseason accolades. What are your thoughts about that as you prepare individually for this year?
I just try not to look at it, to be honest. It's not really, preseason accolades don't really mean anything, so I just try to go out there and I try to do what I've always done, and I work hard, and I try to help out the younger kids as much as I can, and right now that's kind of all I'm trying to do.
As I say, you've got lots of depth at defensive end, but with Matt Grotzik now gone, you need to shift around on the inside. Levon Perry will play the defensive tackle spot. How important is that depth at the end with yourself and others when you kind of revamp on the inside of that defensive line?
Oh, it's crucial. The loss of Grotzik hurts. And without a guy like Grotzik in the middle, the defensive ends are going to have to try and do that much more, I guess, or that much more sound, and then still make plays. So having depth there for when people just get absolutely exhausted, it's huge. So we're just going to try to rotate as best we can and try to find 4 or 5 guys that can play and rock that, I guess.
With all the other guys that you have back on defense, at linebacker and in the secondary, how good can this defense be, do you think, Coulter?
I think we can be as good as we want to be. It all depends on how close we become and how hard we all work, but I think it's kind of in our hands.
Coulter, thanks for the visit and have another great year.
Thank you very much.